closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop.
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid.
Und damit wieder hallo und herzlich willkommen. Tja, bei... Ja, genau.
I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management.
Remember before, boss? When Quiet attacked one of our guys on Mother Base, stuck a knife in his mouth. He's one of the very few soldiers who've had contact with her recently. Close contact. I don't think it's a coincidence that he was among those who became symptomatic pretty early on in this epidemic. Saliva and blood spatter, an open wound, mucosal infection. Whatever is causing this got inside him then.
Miller, that is a baseless accusation.
The source of the infection is Quiet. Everyone suspects her.
We don't know that. And we've come across these symptoms before. The bodies in the water at the oil field facility, those sick people in the beds at the Devil's House. They're identical to what we've seen while we've been after Cypher. The infection could have come from elsewhere. But at the very least, she does know something.
It's not like she's gonna talk.
No, not through words anyway. But what about her actions? Quiet held a knife to that soldier back then, before he became symptomatic. There must have been a reason for that.
A reason for shoving a knife down the throat of one of our men.
What if she's capable of identifying who's infected? What if she was trying to stop the infection but couldn't communicate that to us? The answer to that, the source of the infection, might be in the mouths of the infected.
You think there's some kind of clue in their mouths?
I don't know. But maybe there's something about the mouths of those who become symptomatic, something in common.
Something their mouths have in common. Forget it. We can't trust her. Even if she can spot the infected, I don't want her help.
I understand how you feel. But this is something to go on.
Can't you see it's just like I said? Bringing her here was a big mistake. Quiet is gonna be the end of us.
Stand down. You've got zero proof. Try to keep an open mind on this, boss. There has to be a way to identify who's infected.
First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them, and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Ja, was soll ich machen, ne? Was soll ich denn überhaupt machen jetzt? Hintergrund.
Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shibani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Okay, das klingt ja gut, interessant.
Please select a mission.
Tja.
Please select a mission.
Auf der Jagd finde einen Menschenhändler. Laut Berichten dürfte es nicht einfach sein, das Ziel zu finden. Den Betäubungsspezialisten aber. Aha. Da war also noch ein Gefangener. Ja, genau. Ja, das...
Caution,
Naja.
rain approaching.
Wurscht.
Boss, there's a target on the run somewhere on the savannah. Your job is to find and eliminate him. He's a logistics officer for the PF known as Rogue Coyote. On the side, however, he colluded with the Buta regime, abducting people from Mbeli villages and supplying them as slave labor. That's right. He's a human trafficker. His victims ended up all over the place. Brothels, black market, organ trade, diamond mines. And he was the one who sent Shibani and the other kids to the Devil's House. But then an Mbeli rebel group finally added him to their hit list. The target decided it was time to quit, and now he's trying to leave the country. If he makes it back to his country, he'll be no more than a civilian, and he'll avoid facing a court-martial. Like so many other war biz junkies. I'll bet he plans on enjoying a new live finance with his blood money. The client's order is to take him out. How you go about that is up to you, boss.
Ich will ihn auf jeden Fall rausholen wollen. Nicht töten. Ja, ich finde, das ist schon so nice. Weil ich muss schon sagen, mir gefällt die Genauigkeit halt echt nicht so irgendwie. Und eigentlich soll die ja eigentlich gut sein, ne? Aber ich mag es irgendwie nicht so. Ah nee, das ist ja...
Deploying.
Dann los geht's, oder?
Boss, the target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like,
Was ist
as
denn
well
das
as
für
the
ein Dorf?
location of the village. Find the route, find the man.
Das hier ist gemeint. Ich soll dahin. Ist das richtig?
The map has been updated.
Okay.
Be careful down there, boss.
Okay, ja, wir gehen jetzt hier einfach
Marker
hin.
placed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ein Gefangener. 2 Gefangene.
You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
Wenn ich das hier machen würde, denke, das merken die nicht. Ich hätte ihn jetzt auch töten können, aber Kopfschuss.
Detected. The map has been updated.
Neue Bedrohung.
You gonna extract him?
Okay.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Clouds approaching.
Ukangakamono nazo ya padiabulu. Ina metodi bo kesadilaka zana kulonguka mutu mbote. Komersa ina mutu kangaka mono. Bandugu na mono.
Ich werde tun, was ich kann. Warte mal nicht, dass die den jetzt töten.
Boss, that prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. But I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
Okay, das wird schwierig werden. Der könnte halt auch noch sehen.
Attack! Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated.
Okay. Lusa disso.
Ja, kommst du jetzt mal?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Okay, jetzt noch schnell den gefangen. Ach, es sind noch 2 gefangen, ne?
The map has been updated.
Okay, subject is in. Get him!
Nein! Warum? Oh. Really? Ja, das war's dann. Mann! Warum? Warum hatte der jetzt einen Panzer, ey? Ah! Alter! Jetzt muss es schnell gehen.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Nimm die Datei! Wo ist die? Jetzt nimm diese scheiß Datei, Alter! Mann, wo ist denn diese... Hallo? Was soll ich denn? Hallo, Spiel! Oh, shit. Was soll ich denn jetzt machen, Spiel? Alter, nimm doch diese scheiß Datei! Oder geht das jetzt nicht mehr? Ah, das ist dieser scheiß Hund. Warte mal. Jetzt nimmt diese scheiß Datei. Oder... Ah, das geht nicht. Oh. Spiel. Really? Ach komm. Soll das dein Ernst sein jetzt? Also das ist jetzt absolut nervig. Ich konnte ihn halt nicht instant töten, weil er einen Panzer hatte. Ich hätte jetzt halt machen können, was ich will. Es wäre zu einem Alarm gekommen. Und dann war ich schon dicht dran und dann schubst er gegen die Luft, statt ihn zu schlagen. Oh, Alter.
The target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find a route, find a man. Be careful down there, boss.
Aber jetzt weiß ich, dass da auch Gegner gibt, die ich nicht einfach ausschalten kann.
Marker placed.
Das wusste ich ja vorher nicht. Dass da heavy gepanzerte Gegner gibt.
Enemy presence detected.
You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
Also, ach komm, willst du mich jetzt wieder trollen, Alter? Willst du mich verarschen? Hallo! Das hätte ich mich gleich machen sollen.
The map has been updated.
Ukanga kamono nazo. Ya badiabulu.
Ja, das wird hier schon passen.
Boss, that prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. But I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
Clouds approaching. The map has been updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Hallo? Scheiße. Okay, sie wissen trotzdem nicht, dass ich hier bin. Ich glaube, die Datei kann ich immer noch nehmen.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ja, da wollte ich jetzt eigentlich durch. Da, wo die jetzt sind.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Subject is in. You gonna extract him?
Dieser Mistkerl. So. Bitteschön. Datei.
Intel
Picked up an intel file. According to this information, the target is headed for Gazeba Camp. We also have his movement route. I've updated your map. Use the target's route to locate him. Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gazeba Camp. Take him down on the savannah.
placed.
Okay, der C-Punkt ist jetzt das Wichtige. Unser Auto ist da drüben. Geht doch. Aber jetzt brauche ich echt mal einen Nachschub.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Oh. Schalldämpfer und Munition. Und go. Auf nach C. Mit Full Speed.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay. Da. Das sind Tiere. Ja. Nochmal Tiere. Kontrollpunkt. Okay, das werden aber die ja nicht sein. Jetzt müsste ich fast erstmal sicherstellen, ob die schon im Camp sind. Weil das könnte ja auch sein, dass sie ja schon hier sind, dass ich zu lange gebraucht habe. Mein Hund meldet ja sofort Feinde, wenn die kommen.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Okay. Aber hier ist niemand. Hier ist jemand.
Analysis complete.
Das ist aber nur eine normale Patrouille.
Analysis complete.
Okay, ich würde vorschlagen, wir gehen nochmal
Enemy
näher.
presence detected. The map has been updated.
Wir gehen nochmal ein bisschen näher ans Camp ran. Wie gesagt, mein Doggy tut ja die Gegner ja früh genug erkennen. Hier ist eine Straße. Feind. Aber hinter uns ist wie gesagt nichts.
That's Gazeba Camp. The target's headed there. Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gazeba Camp. Take him down on the savannah.
Schalte ihn in der Savanne aus. Ach, das würde ja bedeuten, dass die noch unterwegs sind. Ja, und es sieht ja auch ruhig aus. Also ich glaube nicht, dass die schon hier sind. Mein Doggy erkennt eigentlich nur Patrouillen. Das bedeutet... Ah, da sind sie.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Einer. Noch einer.
Analysis complete.
Okay.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Perfekt. Da hinten sind die nächsten.
Analysis.
That's the target. Eliminate him, however you see fit.
The map has been updated. Weather will clear shortly.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Boss, the target's getting away. Don't let him make it to that outpost. Hurry!
Ja, weil halt Einzelschuss, ne? Wenn ich schneller schießen hätten können, wäre das nicht passiert. Der hat halt den Arm am Kopf gehabt.
Target extracted. We'll let the client know he's been dealt
Mission
with.
info has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Good dog.
Perfekt.
Good dog.
You gonna extract him?
Good. Good dog.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at an enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Den Gefangenen siehst du hier nicht, Doc? Scheint nicht so zu sein.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Okay, den Gefangenen gibt es hier scheinbar nicht. Aber das Gebiet ist hier aber auch riesig. Weil es könnte hier nämlich auch noch einen Gefangener geben. Aber okay, wahrscheinlich nicht.
Exfiltrated.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Mission complete, Boss. Perfekt. Zwar erst im zweiten Durchgang.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
Aber ist okay.
Our trafficker was very talkative. Guinea pigs. That's what became of his kidnapped victims. Says he got a good look at that factory at Zoya Badiabulu when he dropped off some fresh guinea pigs for them. Along with our man without a face. His instincts told him to run like the rat he is. Said it wasn't worth the money. Figured he could be next. That's when he went to the NGO for help. He thought that in exchange for his buyer's list, they could set him up with a new identity someplace far away. He had an idea who he was up against, and he didn't want to take any chances. A true rat. But like us dogs, he knew when he smelled trouble. And something else. He said the specimens come from deep in the forest. We don't know what he meant by specimens just yet. But those guinea pig symptoms match what we've seen on the infected at Mother Base. Deep in the forest. Maybe there's the clue we need to beat this infection. Boss, the truth could be right around the corner.
Perfekt.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
we finally heard from one of our missing intel team members. He says he has a solid lead on the epidemic at Mother Base. Take a look at the mission details ASAP.
Das werden wir machen. Aber erst beim nächsten Mal. Denn jetzt beenden wir das Ganze. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Video wieder.